Hi there, here's Clara with how to clean up the drama room.
Hello. And today we're going to talk about how to clean the drama room after a production. At the end of every production, the drama room is always a mess. And so, if you want to end up with that mess getting cleaned up after a production, you're going to have to do it or you're going to end up on Hoarders Buried Alive. The first order of business when cleaning the room is to send two of your best students around the room and throughout the room looking for leftover food. This could be left in your room because your room is being used as the green room, or it could be left over the last 8 weeks of practice. Remind them that the smell of a dead animal is probably someone's lost lunch. After emptying the room of spoiled food, have the students find a piece of clothing, put it on a hanger, and show it to you. It is important that they show you the piece of clothing so that you can identify it for them. Tell them if it is a woman's skirt, a suit jacket, a dress, etc. If you do not identify each item, you can guarantee that a dress will be in the men's shirts and an evening gown will be in the pencil skirt rack. Beginning drama students may understand the difference that their prom dress and their miniskirt don't look alike, but put the word costume on it and it makes the two look just alike. I like to make a game of it. Drama kids love games. So I will say, pick up 5 things, and whoever picks up the first 5 things wins a prize. Some kids will snatch the 5th thing right out of their best friend's hand for that roll of Smarties. Another game I like to play is who can stack the most hats on your head. That will get the hats up pretty quickly. But be sure that you have a tote for them to put them in right away, or they become flying projectiles when the game is over. One word of warning. There is always the kid who doesn't play well with others. Have him out of the room when the game starts. Otherwise, your hats may be stored in someone's pants to keep the others from winning the game. Dry cleaning hats can get very expensive. Now, you can plan on 5 hours of classes cleaning for 3 or 4 days to have the old food, clothing, and hats put away. Now, you're probably thinking that it shouldn't take that long for your show because it's only a small one. This is the time frame for small. Double that for medium, double it again for large. Why, you ask? Here's the answer. For every food item found, the student must show it to at least 3 people, have 2 people smell it, and dare 1 person to taste it before throwing it in the trash. Then, before getting more, they go to someone else who has food and explain why theirs was more disgusting. If the argument gets too involved, the 2 may go to the first food and conduct a survey of the class on who found the most disgusting food. For those putting away costumes and hats, there must be at least 3 to 5 selfies to be taken on each costume. And while putting away costumes on the rack, another fun selfie costume may present itself. And photo sessions in the costume room can last a really long time. Kids gone from your room while cleaning up the costumes? Check the costume room. Props pose another cleanup problem. There are usually a lot of them, and they're all different sizes. I find that having kids scoop them all up and put them in one box marked miscellaneous and taking them to the prop room usually keeps the kids from playing with them the most. I know it makes it hard to find it for the next show, but right now we're just talking about cleaning up the drama room. Shoes are always an interesting problem. It always amazes me how students get home with their left character shoe, but not their right. You may find that you have 4 or 5 right shoes and only 1 or 2 left shoes, and none of them match. Don't throw them away for at least 4 years. That way, the little freshman girl who's too afraid to ask for her right shoe can get it back when she's a senior and is bold enough to ask. Take a box and somewhere in the back of your room mark it missing soles. SOLES. Make sure that you don't have a student make the sign, or you may end up with a box that says missing soles SOULS. There is one thing that probably won't need much cleanup. Makeup. If you're like a lot of high school drama departments, you can't afford to buy the makeup from Ben Nye or Maron, so most of you offer Target, Walmart, or Dollar Tree. Makeup cleanup is usually easy because there's little makeup left to clean up. It mysteriously disappears. Maybe it gets put in a different dressing room. Maybe it's the dressing room called, "Oh, I love this."
Or maybe it's the room called, "This would look great with my prom dress." Or maybe it's the dressing room that says, "Hey, nobody will even have to know I buy makeup." Whatever it isn't waiting for you to clean up because it hasn't been put in that drama room dressing room. But maybe that's a good thing. Have you ever seen what makeup looks like after 20 girls or 3 guys have get finished with using it? It looks kind of like the food we were discussing earlier. Last but not least, what do you do with all the student clothing you find in your room? We all know students come with clothes on and they leave with clothes on. They don't wear their costumes home. So how can 8 to 10 random socks, 4 pair of jeans, 6 t-shirts, 3 hoodies, 2 bras, and a pair of tidy whities show up in your room after a show? I can't even come up with a smart enough remark for that. I'm baffled. I guess the clothes just come with the clothes fairy. My advice to you is to put them in a box in the hall and say, "Free to a good home." By now, your drama room should be clean as a whistle and just in time to start pulling costumes and props for your next show. Theater's magic. Blessed are those who make the magic. Good night.